Yo, people, I'm back to the channel, and it is Premier League Game Week 29, and it's a big one. It's basically huge games all around, title race to relegation to fighting for Europe. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But I got a few guests with me. So let me introduce them. Ollie,
Yeah, big
Lee,
up
of
Hannah for
course,
having me on. Obviously, good to have the Premier League back. Good to be back on the channel as well. Obviously, I'm joining a rest stream later as well. But yeah, I've got some shocking predictions. Obviously, hoping Arsenal win. It's good to be back, as I said as well. We're in the Arsenal top. But no, good. Hopefully, we got a good panel today, so it's going to be fun. And yeah, predicting games. It'll be fun. Let's get into it.
Yeah, and Bailey, me and him are kind of square off for 10th place this weekend, so it's gonna be
Big up.
Title
interesting.
race? You mean top 10 race?
No, yeah, top 10.
Big up.
No,
Top
sorry, 10th place. That's your top 10.
Aston Villa. Yeah, hopefully we can beat you this weekend.
Bailey, are you ill?
No, not anymore. My throat.
Why is your throat? Why you sound like you lost your voice?
I don't know.
Have you been shouting too much?
Yeah, but
Right.
yeah.
And then, of course, the main man, Money. Is
Yes,
here.
Money.
Oh,
Oh, his screen's black.
well, I have issues. I
Oh.
think it's so. Perfect time. But yeah, I'll see. Just have a look. But yeah, everyone who has smashed the like on the video already. But before that, let's get into some the comments. Bobby, be up yourself. Club football is back. I wouldn't say I'm excited, but it's better than international.
And also forgot to say 9 cup finals to go till we lift that Premier League, hopefully. So wait and see, but hopefully.
Yeah,
My camera's much better on this. It almost like covers my whole body.
Yeah.
Like on my old laptop, it's just like it almost has like half my shirt gone.
Yeah. The camera looks different, but
And yeah, because I'm on my new laptop.
the weekend starts on a big game, Manchester City versus Liverpool.
Biggest game of the weekend. Biggest game of the weekend.
Yeah, definitely biggest game. Could maybe argue some
Because
of the relegation
Arsenal Leeds, that's not a big game. Chelsea, Aston Villa, possibly a big game.
No.
Man United, Newcastle, probably a close second.
Yeah, Brighton, Brentford.
Spurs, Everton, no.
Brighton, Brentford.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Brighton, Brentford. That's a good shot. That could be game of the weekend, depending on.
No. Man City, Liverpool's game of the weekend. No,
Brighton, Brentford.
Yeah. So City second have a bit of struggles here all day, and we look at them. Of course, no Ireland. Reportedly, Ireland is not gonna be there. And then
he's actually 50.
Manny says stupid connection.
Yeah, I got it. And then Liverpool, they have shown up in big games, especially against Manchester City in the reverse fixture. 1-0, they beat them. And then
At home,
Liverpool. And then, but they also have a stinky 12:30 record to all know about. So yeah.
Wait, do Liverpool have a bad record at the Etihad, or have they won there a few times?
I believe it's not a bad record. It's a okay record at Etihad. So Etihad last season they beat City 3-2, then drew 2-2, then 1-1. They're now 4-0 win for City, 2-1 City, 2-1 Liverpool. So it's a 50-50 one. So yeah. But yeah, Mane is backstage, so I'll add him now.
Yeah, look, I don't even know what happened. It was a case of, the screen on my side suddenly hanging, and then the connection got interrupted, and I had to, come out and come back in again. Irritating, but I'm back, and it's good to be back. Huh?
Have you got a haircut?
Yeah, this was on Monday, so earlier on in the week, much earlier on, and yeah, just
I haven't seen
something.
you
So
since then, so I haven't seen you since then, so that's why.
yeah, so you're discussing the Man City Liverpool game, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
no one started yet, but Hannah's just talking about the game, really.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
beautiful.
you look games that Liverpool have played this season at 12:30. Look, Bournemouth, they lost. Forest, they lost. So they got a stinky record at 12:30 kickoffs. And City without Haaland is something we haven't seen much of the season, really, in the Premier League. Julian Alvarez is quality. We've seen it. World Cup winner.
Yeah, and especially in the World Cup, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let's go. Ollie, your thoughts. Can Liverpool win? Can they give Arsenal potential 11-point lead in the Premier League?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, me. Yeah. So obviously in this game, I'm hoping that City drop points, and it is a possibility, with Haaland out. They've still got a strong team, Edison in goal, decent defense. I do think their defense has gone downhill a bit though with the departing of Cancelo. They don't really have a decent left back now. I think it's Rico Lewis, right back Carl Walker, and then defense probably they've got a few options. Obviously Diaz, Laporte, a few other centre backs as well. In midfield, obviously Rodri, a few other people, but up front, obviously they will have to play Alvarez now. But we saw what he did at the World Cup. He was one of Argentina's best players apart from Messi. So I'm hoping they drop points, and I'm actually going. As you said, the two teams they played in 12:30 kickoffs have not been the best, especially not as good as Man City. But I think the 12:30 curse will end here, and I think Man City will score. Possibly maybe a Rodri screamer or Alvarez coming on, getting a goal instead of Haaland. But I'm going with a 2-1 Liverpool, probably Salah to nick a goal. And then Nunes if he pays, even though he can't, finish his dinner plate. But yeah, I'm hoping they drop points here. This is just a hope. I do a lot of results where I hope, and not actually my prediction. But if I was to go to Man City win, which is probably my most sensible prediction, probably a 3-1 because yeah, possibly Alvarez getting goal, a few midfielders, maybe Grealish or with the goal. But I do see Liverpool winning here 2-1. I think yeah, hopefully they break their 12:30 curse, and hopefully if they do drop points, Arsenal win, which we're predicting obviously a bit later. But of course, yeah, I think Liverpool win this game. On paper, Man City are going to win, but I'm just backing Liverpool, hoping they drop points. A perfect weekend, honestly, would probably even be Spurs losing, Liverpool winning, Man City dropping points. So perfect weekend for a Liverpool win in this game and Arsenal win. But in my heart, it's going to be a Man City win. I know it's going to be a Man City win, but definitely be watching it on BT Sport. Be an interesting game. I mean, depends. I mean, I'm in Scotland this weekend. I'm going to Scotland. We've got a 10-hour journey, so whether I watch it in the car, on my phone, or something like that, I'll have to possibly charge it up for the journey, get some snacks, or watch the game as well. So it'll be interesting. But I'm going for a shock Liverpool win. Not really. I mean, I haven't really got many other shock results in this, apart from possibly maybe the Forest game or a few other games. But yeah, probably a lot of people will disagree with me in this. Unless you're an Arsenal fan, you might want Liverpool to win. But yeah, hopefully a Salah to get a goal. And without Haaland, I don't see Man City scoring many goals unless Alvarez turns up or, they start to wake up. But this is a big game in the title race as well, because if they do drop points, Arsenal go 11 points clear. And if Man City win and Arsenal lose, they'll close the gap back to 8 points. So yeah, important game. I've waffled on now. Let's move on to someone else. But come on, Liverpool in this game. But I know Man City are going to win this.
Yeah, I don't know who's next, actually. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Hannah, who's next?
But before I say who's next, I got to bring someone that's been on.
Oh,
I haven't
Sonny.
been on the channel in a long time. United fan himself, Sani. How are you?
Yeah,
I'm
Sonny.
very good, thank you very much. I'm hoping everyone else as well on this fine Friday evening. But it's
Yeah.
good to be back on Hannah's coach's corner, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. But all right, definitely shock prediction 2-1 to Liverpool is a shock one.
It's not going to
Um,
happen, but it's what I hope will happen. So
Yeah,
it's just a
nah,
prediction. I mean, it's not
definitely.
going to happen. It's not going to happen.
But next, let's go to another Arsenal fan. Money.
Listen,
Can
Yeah, obviously.
Liverpool
Go
do you a
ahead.
favor? Can Liverpool do you a favor?
They could, but I don't see it happening. Because in as much as we'd like to imagine a Manchester City team that will be magically weakened without Erling Haaland, we need to remember that City were winning Premiership titles before Haaland was even in the picture. And this is going to be a big test of their Championship credentials, in my opinion, because it will be interesting to see how the reserve strikers do. People have been talking about Julian Alvarez and how much of a quality player he is, and I couldn't agree more. And so this would be the type of game where he would stand up to be counted, and he's got to, as have the likes of Grealish and Foden, Bernardo Silva, and whoever will be starting up front. One of the things which irritates me a little bit about Guardiola, I mean, I can't say irritate because, I mean, as an Arsenal fan, if he tinkers and City loses, then it's all good for me. But he just tinkers far too much with his team for my liking. And the worst part is that it leaves them being a little bit unbalanced. I think Ollie mentioned that Cancelo's departure to Bayern Munich pretty much left them without a proper left back, and so Nathan Ake has had to fill in. And so, can you really have a situation where
hasn't Rico Lewis been at left back instead of Ake, or is Ake?
No. Now the problem is that now Ake is pretty much the man entrusted to do the job at left back, which means that and Ake is normally a centre back by trade.
Yeah.
Now it did work to some extent during the World Cup. I mean, not during the World Cup, because he normally played as the left centre back, and I think in the recent internationals, in the qualifiers, he was deployed as a left back by Ronald Koeman. But again, for the most part, that really is an example of another square peg in a round hole, and you really don't want to try and do that. And if he decides to tinker far too much, and that tinkering, it was of course that tinkering that cost City the Champions League final, then City are going to struggle. But the fact that with this Liverpool team, you just can't, really predict which team will turn up, which team will be, willing to, will be ready to play. And the Liverpool team obviously were able to win at City because, it was at Anfield and the home crowd support was a factor. We can't deny that. But for them to try to repeat it at the Etihad, when, let's be frank, their season has not been the best, would probably be a bridge too far. I don't see this being a one-sided result by any means, but because Liverpool are going to be determined to try to prove their mettle and prove that they have what it takes to get back into the race for the top four. But I just think that this will be an even bigger test of City's title credentials. If they fail to get a result in this game, I will say this now, and you can clip me here, that's their title challenge done and dusted. So City are going to have to step up to the plate. I mean, the reserve strikers, as it were, will have to step up to the plate, but I do believe they will. I still think that in as much as the Liverpool defense looks a little bit more settled of late, there's still going to be a big risk, especially with as long as Kevin De Bruyne is fit and whoever.
Manny, you muted or something?
Malfunctioned as soon as you said, "Oh yeah, that's a title charge over," because he was just there chatting shit. And I'm joking.
I think he's frozen. He's just
Yeah, he's frozen.
looking down
I
like this.
think
He's like
Wi-Fi's
this.
down.
Manny, you there?
No, he's
Oh,
going to come
he's
back.
gone.
He's going to come back.
Yeah, he'll come back.
I know you're on mute, mate.
Oh, Hannah, you're muted now.
Let's go to Bailey. Your thoughts Or City close the gap with Arsenal?
Yeah. Yeah, I think City will win this, of course. Liverpool got, of course, Thiago and Darwin Núñez out for this match,
Darwin.
as they're both injured. So I think City will win this. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think 2-1 win to City.
2-1 win to City. I already said 2-1. I'm going to chip in there, and I'm gonna agree. I think City won't be
You
the
said
usual
2-1, Hannah.
selves. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-1. They're not gonna be the usual selves, because of the of Ireland not being there. They used to Ireland more than they used to being there with Alvarez. And I think Liverpool, they always stand up in big games. Both they have this trophy because it's almost, I think I'm going to say just edge. It's a just edge because Liverpool always stand up. But I'm going to hand it over to Sunny.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because I mean everyone's talking about the lineups, whether Haaland will be fit, etc. There's a few interesting stats that I want to share with everyone, and here goes. So, Jurgen Klopp, since he's been Liverpool manager in the Premier League, has never actually beaten Pep at the Etihad. Yes, they have won in the Champions League, but in the Premier League, he's never beaten Pep at the Etihad. So that's something to consider. But City, funnily enough, haven't actually beaten Liverpool in any competitions, in any game, home or away, since 2020. So it's been 3 years since they last beat Liverpool. So it's been a while. It's a huge game, like the lads have mentioned. City need the win more than Liverpool, I'd say, because if City do lose this game, and let's say Arsenal win, then yeah, double digits, the lead. I can't really see Arsenal losing it from there. However, it's a really big game for Liverpool as well, because if they're serious about Champions League, they need a result here. I'm not talking about a draw. I'm talking about a win, because Newcastle play Man United. It's a big game for us on Sunday. I can't remember who Spurs have got, but I think Ollie might have mentioned who Spurs have. Do you know who Spurs have?
They have Everton.
Right, Spurs have Everton. So realistically, you're thinking Spurs are probably going to win that. I know they're in a bit of turmoil, but Spurs should win that. So the gap's going to increase. So Liverpool really, really need the win. But if I had to put my money on it, I can't bet against a Manchester City win. I'm going 2-1 Manchester City, but I think it'll be a good game because it's going to be a barnstormer. Both teams need the win. It can't be a draw. A draw for either side isn't good enough. So it needs to be a win. And I'm going Manchester City 2-1.
Yeah, definitely. Agree on that. Be up yourself, TJ.
Your predictions in the chat, by the way, guys. Chelsea
Yeah.
fans is 2-1 Man City. I think a lot of people agreeing with 2-1 now, apart from me and probably Manny as well. Manny's probably going to predict the Man City win, but I'm just being different to everyone. You got to be different sometimes. You can't copy everyone or do the same as everyone. So I just thought I'd switch up, and it's once again, it's just a hope. Sometimes I'm a hope, or something like, oh, I want them to win. But this is my sensible prediction. I'll probably agree with you guys 2-1, but as I said, I could be right, I could be wrong, could be totally wrong, but I want Liverpool in this game, so that's why I'm predicting this
next game. Arsenal will definitely know the result of the City fixture. Better guys play Leeds United, though. A team that recently has struggled against you, but is Partey fit for this match or is he out?
I have no idea, mate. Hopefully he's fit. We know that Saliba's not playing, so that's going to be a big blow in our defence. But obviously, we have got Kiwi or Holding. It's probably more likely to be Holding. Holding's a bit older, got more experience. He's played for Arsenal for longer. Then if you look at Kiwi, he could play possibly with Gabriel, but I wouldn't mind whoever plays, both of them. But it is going to affect us defensively. But I don't really see any attacking threat in Leeds. If Bamford plays, possibly he could be their fracking threat. Maybe Daniel James, maybe Nonto. I know he played international break for. I don't know who he plays. Who does Nonto play for?
Italy.
Italy, yeah. I think he came on against England. But no, yeah, Partey should be fit, I think. So hopefully he's fit. Honestly, I don't want to get too big injuries in this game, but we could even play a crap team in this game and still get away with it.
Yeah, you guys could get away with it. Your prediction?
Yeah, so I'll just talk about the game before I say my prediction. Big game for Arsenal. Of course, all eyes on the Liverpool game at 12:30, hoping they win. Obviously, we have to play Liverpool away next. Our record at the Anfield isn't great. A few bad memories. Obviously, we lost 4-0 in the Premier League a few years ago. Knocked out in the League Cup through penalties. We played very well in that game. Just unfortunate penalties. We haven't had the best of luck especially in cup competition with penalties. Recently losing to Sporting, losing to Liverpool. Can't really name any others, but we've definitely lost another penalty shootout. Yeah, I can't really remember the last time we beat Liverpool, to be honest. But we need to win this game to have confidence. Chelsea fans says 4-0. I did say that to an Arsenal fan. I think I said it to I was on Unbiased TV, aka Josh. Big up for having me on there after the Women's Champions League. Big up Arsenal for getting to the semi-finals. We have to play Wolfsburg now. And Chelsea, yep, playing Barcelona. So yeah, so listen, I mean, this is a must win, as I've said. We could get away with playing a weak team. I think obviously Ramsdale and goal, we're not going to play Matt Turner or Carl Hean. Right back Ben White, rest Tomiyasu. Left back Tierney or Zinchenko, I don't mind. Gabriel, Keywall, Holding. Obviously, a Partey if he's fit, and Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, rest Trossard, and hopefully, Jesus up front. But I'm going with the 3-0. I did say 4-0 to Josh, and he said, nah, 3-0. But with goal scorers, not the best at predicting that, but hopefully an Odegaard goal, possibly a Saka goal as well, and then maybe Jesus goal, hopefully. I know Jesus doesn't really like scoring goals, but when he does score goals, it is crucial for us, and we've got a high percentage chance of high percentage win percentage of when he's playing. So I really hope he's playing. If not, come off the bench for an impact sub. But we could get away with playing, players like Vieira, possibly even Kessie, Trossard. So I'm confident for this game. We do need to win. We've got about 7 out of the 10 left, the 9 left. So we've got 9 cup finals left because we're out of every competition. Obviously, recently Europa League, get knocked out by Lisbon in the penalties, get knocked out by Man City in the FA Cup, which I'm not really bothered by. I think if Man City do win, then we're basically the champions knocked us out of so at least we didn't lose to a team who didn't make it to the final or whatever. But and then obviously Man United won the League Cup. We went out early with Brighton. Obviously, we played a crap team though. We played a crap goalkeeper. We played a few decent players, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, we have to win the Premier League now. 9 cup finals to go. We've got Leeds we should be beating. Southampton at home we should be beating. Nottingham Forest we should be beating. West Ham we should be beating. Wolves at home we should be winning that. But the tough games, obviously, Man City away, toughest out of all the games. Newcastle is probably the most beatable out of the 3. Liverpool, obviously, next after this game is probably the second hardest. Possibly even the first after Man City, but yeah, I think if we do beat Liverpool, we could afford to drop points against Man City. I did say this, I think, before the stream. If we were say in the Man City game we were 11 points clear and we lost, then that would be good. But say we're like 3 or 5 points clear, that's a must win for us. So hopefully when we play Man City, we'll be a few points clear of them if they've dropped points and we've won games. Like we won the Liverpool game, Leeds game, and a few games before we play them, and hopefully they drop points. So yeah, I'm going with a comfortable 3-0 win. Obviously, it's not a double game week for us. We did have a double game week a few game weeks ago, but we've played all our games in hand now, so we won't have any more double game weeks, I believe. But yeah, must win for us. Leeds, we've beaten them in the past a lot of times. One of the best memories is probably beating them 4-0 at their place a few seasons ago. This season was a weird 1-0 win. It was the game got obviously delayed. I was actually listening to the game with my dad in Buckingham Palace. We both had our AirPods on and we were walking around Buckingham Palace. We were in London for a music gig that I went to, and it was the day after the event, and we were going home that day. We were just looking around London before we went on the bus to home. But yeah, it was a weird game. I think 5 minutes in the game, the VAR wasn't working, technology, so they had to postpone the game. But we got the win in that one. There was actually controversy at the end because they had a penalty and they gave a red card, but they overturned the penalty and the red card, so we were quite lucky to get the win in that one. But at home, if we're beating them away, we should be beating them at home. And this is one of we've got a tough run. Man City have got easier games than us coming up, so we should be winning this game, and hopefully it's a 3-0. And with Chelsea fan, I'd be happy with a 4-0. It's a bonus, but I'm really hoping for an Odegaard goal. I always hope for an Odegaard goal, and if good, hopefully a clean sheet as well. Big up Ramsdale as well. Obviously, recently, if you haven't seen this month, Ramsdale won Save of the Month. Arteta won Manager of the Month for the 4th time this season, better than any other manager. And obviously, Saka getting Player of the Month, so getting the triple monthly awards, which is good to see. Obviously, the only one we missed out on was Goal of the Month, which Johnny Otto from Wolves got. So actually, it was a good goal, to be honest. It was quite a while outside the box, almost like past the halfway line. Just obviously, Reece Nelson was nominated with his goal against Bournemouth. But Ramsey obviously got his, the crucial save he got in the Bournemouth game was nominated. Obviously, Arteta won 4 out of his 5 games this month, so that earned him the Manager of the Month. And of course, Saka, he's in the double digits of goals and assists now in the Premier League. I'm not really sure how many goals or assists he got this month, but he did get a few, some crucial goals as well. So he definitely deserved it, and all of them deserved it. Apart from, I do think Reece Nelson should have deserved it because 1, it was outside the box, and 2, it actually meant more than the Wolves goal because it was, a comeback goal, last minute goal. So I do think he was robbed a bit there, but fair play to Otto, good for Wolves fans. And yeah, hopefully 3-0 Arsenal win. I'm confident in this game. Hopefully get some confidence going to the Liverpool game. We're at home as well, so we should be winning this game. As I said, Odegaard goal, hopefully. Jesus, hopefully if he's fit. And maybe someone like Trossard or Martinelli or Saka. But yeah, I'm morphing now, but let's move on to obviously Manny as well, and then the other panels.
Yeah, I'm just going to start by giving off my finishing my prediction for United for City Liverpool, and once again I have to apologise. That stupid connection is giving me some problems. I very nearly thought of walking away from the stream in anger, but I want to say thank you for being patient with me, and I'm sorry to every one of you. And
no worries.
Yeah, so City should be able to win this one.
Yep.
I'm going for a 2-1 win. It's going to be an ugly win comparatively, but a win will be a win. And so I don't see Liverpool doing us a favour, sad as it is to say. And now to Arsenal Leeds United. Obviously, the hope is that Arsenal will have a very convincing win. As long as they win, that should be enough. It's going to be difficult, though, because, of course, the updated injury news is that a certain William Saliba will not be playing. And that's a big loss. In as much as Rob Holding has stepped up in recent weeks and done okay, he doesn't have a reputation for being error-prone for nothing. And many of us who still do remember his performances in our FA Cup final wins also remember, with decent reason, how he let us down against Tottenham last season. And there's a reason why he hasn't really been considered, with Gabriel and Saliba being the preferred combination. But if that's the only change, it is going to be a pretty big one, because Leeds are also going to be coming into this game with some kind of determination. And let's not forget, they may be battling relegation, but relegated teams are always dangerous propositions, whether we like it or not. And Leeds United are going to be no different. I'm actually going to go for a tight Arsenal win. It will be a win nonetheless. But the reason why I'm going for a tight win is because this is exactly the sort of game, just as Bournemouth not too long ago, where if we take the opposition for granted, we end up, failing in the worst possible way, and that's not really a good thing. But it will be a win nonetheless. I'm not going to say 2-1 though, because attacking wise we are quite strong. I'd say 3-1 to Arsenal. Leeds United will score.
Yeah. Who will score for Leeds, Manny?
I'm going to go for maybe either Somerville or Bamford.
Okay. That finally I can introduce him after all the awesome talk. Okay. United fan, I didn't expect to join.
Oh,
Rest. Yourself. So let's quickly go over to Bailey and Sunny for Arsenal versus Leeds United. Bailey, you can go first.
Yeah, I think Arsenal will win this. I think, yes, Leeds are trying to fight to stay up. A good win before the international break against Wolves. But I think I'm going to go 3-1 win to Arsenal. Same off Mane. I think Saka will get 2. And I think Xhaka will get 1. Or Jorginho. And
Jorginho.
and for Leeds, I think Bamford. So 3-1 win to Arsenal.
For a while.
I'll take that.
Sunny.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think easy money's on Arsenal, but like the boys have said, Leeds are trying to fight relegation. They don't want to go down, but I can't see anything but an Arsenal win. I think Arsenal are going to win this one 3-1, and it's going to be business as usual. I think obviously City will win on to the next round. Obviously, gearing up for that big game is going to happen in a couple of weeks. I think the big game will be Arsenal-Liverpool in a couple of weeks' time, but I think Arsenal are going to win this one 3-1.
Yeah, definitely. And Orest.
Yeah, for me, Arsenal 3-0. They'll win tomorrow, but it's only Leeds. I hope listen, we all want Leeds to get relegated, don't we? But yeah, I mean, I think Arsenal. Listen, as Ollie was saying, Arteta player manager of the month.
Yes, my manager.
Ramsdale got save of the month, which I never knew that ever existed, but okay.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And don't forget Saka player of the month as well, my guy.
Which save was that, by the way? Was it the one against Bournemouth?
It was the one against Bournemouth. Yeah, you know
Bournemouth.
that one, that crucial save. Yeah, I think
so Arsenal will win.
It could have made it 2-0.
Yeah, for me, it will be Saka, Xhaka, and Trossard.
What about Odegaard, maybe?
No. I know that's your boy, but nah. Yeah. I mean, Arsenal, man, they just need to keep up, man. They can't bottle this, man. I know Saliba's out, but yeah.
I think Nelson should have won goal of the month.
Yeah, but all these awards, Ollie, you still have to win the league.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. I mean, individual accolades may be nice, but the team success is what counts.
Yeah. But like the guy said,
says, "Hi everyone, Levy out."
I thought that was Harry for a minute. But yeah.
But for me, I think also, like I said, will win this comfortably. Of course, Tyler Adams will be missed by Leeds, which is one of their big players. And I just think also will get back into the swing of things before Anfield next weekend. Gonna say 3-0 Arsenal, dispatch them. So yeah, next game is another big one. It's one where Bournemouth, they need to win if they want to stay up, and Fulham, depending on the Liverpool result, believe they can go above Liverpool, or they can stretch the gap of Chelsea. They can go above Liverpool, go equal on points with Liverpool. Then Brentford, Brighton, Liverpool, and Fulham, they're all on the same points. So that's gonna be a sticky one. Be up yourself, Chris. Before they beat the Leeds and keep going, late match, the 10th place derby, Emirates Potter, gets onto that. But I'm just gonna talk quickly on this. Of course, Belina is back for Fulham, but Mitrovic and Willian are out. So Bournemouth have a great opportunity to get a win. And I think they will get a point at least. But I'm gonna back Bournemouth away from home. Fulham, they have struggled recently away from home. If you look at the results away from home, they have only won 5 out of 13 away games. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Bournemouth. I'm going to go for shocker. Let's go over to...
Who's across the pond sports talk?
That's Chris.
Chris
Leeds support.
Arsenal.
Oh, Arsenal. Oh, cool.
So let's go over to Bailey. Your prediction for this one?
Yeah, I think this will be a tight game, of course. Bournemouth are trying to stay up, of course. They get battered at Villa Park before the national break. 3-0, could have been more. However, for Fulham, they of course played in that FA Cup game, and I think they played really well first half. But then when United got that penalty, it just went downhill for them. But yeah, I think Bournemouth. I'm gonna go 1-0 Bournemouth. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think Bournemouth will nick it.
Fair enough. Let's go to Sonic. You're back, so we'll go to you. Bournemouth versus Fulham.
Listen, we all know what happened in there. Fulham's last game. I was at that game, and United Fulham. The meltdown happened. Mitrovic got sent off. Willian got sent off. Obviously, Mitrovic is a big player for them. If he doesn't turn up and doesn't score, it's hard to see where the goals come from. But Bournemouth, listen, they did well in their last game, or a couple games before. It was obviously against the Arsenal. They did really well, and they performed. But I think this might be a step too far. I think it's going to be a draw. Bournemouth could do with a win, but I'm going 1-1 Bournemouth Fulham.
1-1. That's definitely. I'll say that's Ollie. Quick prediction for this one.
Yeah, obviously one of 5 3 o'clock kickoffs. I'm going to disagree with the draw. I think obviously Bournemouth at home, they could have the home support. Neto in goal, quite a decent goalkeeper. Obviously, former Barcelona goalkeeper. And he was actually at Juventus and Valencia before as well, and Fiorentina. So he should be good for them. Don't really know anyone in their defence. Philip Billing, obviously, and Lerma in the midfield. And up front, obviously, their attacking threat, Dominic Solanke. But if you look at Fulham, as you said, Mitrovic is out, Willian's out, so they'll have to play Vinius and Bobby De Brock Reed. I don't know how to say it. Obviously, Pereira as well, he's a big threat. I've had him for a while in fantasy, and he's usually done quite well. Leno, former Arsenal goalkeeper, he's done brilliant for Fulham. Bit similar to Emi Martinez, where he's moved to a different club and somehow fit into number one because they've played him in a match and then he's played well. And then, I think next season, if their goalkeeper, number one goalkeeper, I think it's Mark Traffers. If he leaves, Leno has to be the number one. In defence, they've obviously got Diop, Tete, Robertson, and Ream. Midfield, obviously, as said, Pereira, Paulini, Reed, and I mean, they haven't really got attacking threat. I always predict Fulham to score a goal when Mitrovic is playing. In this instance, I think they'll score 2 goals, more than 1 goal. They're obviously 9th, and Bournemouth are fighting with relegation. I do predict them to finish. But both teams, this could have been a relegation battle game, but Fulham have done very well, possibly even fighting for Europe, top 10 place. They're currently 9th, 1 point above Chelsea. And they're actually only 8 points behind top 5, at 10 but behind top 4. So Fulham should be winning this game. It's going to be a 2-1. I predict Bournemouth to score with the home support. They're going to be the 12th man. Dominic Solanke probably the obvious goal scorer. For Fulham, we're out of the team. Maybe Vinius getting a goal, and then maybe Pereira. Tempted to do bench boost on my FPL because he's on my bench, but then Haaland's injured, so I'm probably not going to risk it. I'll probably save it for a double game week where I have people who have a double game week on the bench as well. So I have like a full 11 and people on the bench who have a double game week as well. So for me, this is a bit of a boring game. Fulham, they're doing well at the moment. They're doing much. I predicted both these teams to go down. I thought it would be Bournemouth, Fulham, and then probably Forest, but they've proven me wrong. Now I think it's probably going to be Southampton, Bournemouth. It is tight. I don't think Leeds are in a relegation battle because they're 14th. They are close though between the points gap. I see Forest going down though with all the money they've spent. Their goal difference is awful as well. The second worst goal difference after Bournemouth with a -29. And yeah, I just don't get how they've been in all these pairs and suddenly thought they're all going to gel together. So for me, Bournemouth, if they do win this game, they actually go out of the relegation zone, depending on other results, depending if, Forest lose, Everton lose, Wolves lose, Leeds lose, and West Ham lose. So in terms of Bournemouth, if they win this game, they go out of the relegation zone. And in terms of Fulham as well, they can go level on points with Brighton and Brentford, but because they're only +1 goal difference, they will not overtake them. But for me, without Mitrovic, it's going to be hard for them. And I think Mitrovic is suspended for the rest of the season now, which is a bit harsh.
No,
But it's
I think three games, only three games.
3 games. All right, okay. So when he is back, they'll probably start winning games. But for me, even without Mitrovic, it's a bit similar to Haaland. I still think Man City can win without Haaland, and I still think Fulham can win with Haaland. If this was at home, it would have definitely been a Fulham win, probably even a clean sheet for them as well. But for me, Bournemouth will score Solanke and Fulham will get 2 goals, either Vinicius Junior or Pereira. But yeah, for me, Fulham are going to win this game. I don't see Bournemouth winning this game, possibly even, with the home support, or if Fulham aren't on their day having a good game. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But for me, Fulham win 2-1, Fulham, Bournemouth 1, Fulham 2.
Fair enough. So 2-1 Fulham. Let's go to Manny. Your prediction for this match.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with Ollie there. I actually think there will be. I think there will be a result in this game, but I am going to go for a Bournemouth win, and I'll tell you why.
What?
Fulham's.
How can you go with a Bournemouth win? Fulham are doing well at the moment. They're ninth.
I will tell you why. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, we need to make it crystal clear that Fulham's current form at the moment has not been the best. In their last 2 Premier League games, they conceded 6 goals, including 3 against our Arsenal team when we demolished them at Craven Cottage. So I realise that obviously you can't compare Bournemouth to Arsenal in that respect, but those 2 consecutive 3-goal defeats, not to mention the loss of the FA Cup loss as well, which was extremely harrowing. I would go so far to say that it's actually hurt their confidence in a big way. And this is when you consider that Mitrovic won't be playing, this is actually a perfect opportunity for Bournemouth to capitalise. What I've noticed in Bournemouth's last few games, especially against the Arsenal, Aston Villa was a little bit of an aberration because obviously, at Villa Park, the Claret and Blue were determined to put on a good show, and that's exactly what they did. Had it not been for Neto, the score would have been even worse, in fact. But this is a completely different kettle of fish. And of course, earlier on in the season, in the return leg match at Craven Cottage, you can't call that a return, but in the first meeting at Craven Cottage, Bournemouth actually held Fulham to a 2-2 draw. And I believe, if memory serves me right, they had taken the lead in that match. So Bournemouth are frustrating in that they have the capacity to be able to pull off some really good results and certainly perform very well, but a lack of concentration is really what lets them down more often than not. And people have also found out to their detriment that you cannot try to waste time against Arsenal, otherwise you will be made to pay. But I just think that given the when you take a look at the teams in the relegation zone, I think Bournemouth actually have the better team in many respects, and they've also had the best of form. They've just needed a little bit of luck, and sometimes, if luck doesn't go your way, then you can't really do very much about it. But with Fulham at the moment, they've conceded 3 goals in their last 3 league and cup games, and they don't have Mitrovic, they don't have Willian. This has a Bournemouth win written all over it. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Bournemouth. Solanke, Billing, and maybe Kiefer Moore with the goals for Bournemouth.
3-1.
And it'll have to be the Cordova-Reid for Fulham.
3-1. Fair enough. I said 2-1. Bailey, did you do your prediction for this match?
Yeah, I said 1-0 Bournemouth.
1-0 Bournemouth. Fair enough. So yeah, we're just going to do quick fire predictions. So Brighton, Brentford.
Wait, I don't know if you got Sunny's prediction.
Sunny said 2-1 Bournemouth as well.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, Brentford and Brighton. I've been impressed this season. We all know that. and it's either going to be a high-scoring match or both teams are going to cancel each other out. So I'm going to let Ollie your quick prediction for this. Ollie.
Yeah. Prediction for what game?
Forgot to
Oh,
change
wrong
it.
game.
Brighton, Brentford.
Yeah. Sonny did state a good thing in the private chat about just giving the scoreline, no chatting. So I'm just gonna give a scoreline and say why. So I've gone with a what did I say? Let me just check what I said in the group chat. Just 1 second. So obviously Brentford in games I do like to predict them to win, but I think in this game I did predict a Brighton win. Oh no, actually I predicted a draw in this game. I predicted a 2-2 draw. My reason is so I've got a double up on Brighton midfielders in my fantasy team. I probably think Mitoma will score, who's in my team. Maybe McAllister goal, maybe even March as well. Or up front. Who's up front for Brighton? Is it Danny Welbeck?
Ferguson.
Oh, Ferguson, yeah. So possibly a goal from him as well. Brighton's defence is all right as well. Robert Sanchez and goal isn't bad. Midfield is okay, as I said. Mitoma, March, McAllister, they got a good midfield. With Brentford, obviously, still no news about the ban for Tony, but he will be playing this game. Obviously, he's got a double game week, so a lot of people have him in his fantasy team as well. He'll probably nick a goal as he always does. Second goal, probably maybe a Ben Mee goal header, or maybe Wieser or someone like that. But I predicted a draw. But it could go either way. I wanted to predict a Brentford win because I do like them as a team. One of my teams that have a soft spot for in the Premier League. And then Brighton, obviously, as I said, I've got 2 Brighton midfielders, so probably hoping for a lot of goals. But I just seen this, it's a mid-table clash. Brighton obviously fighting for Europe as well. I don't think they'll get Europe because of the teams above them. But and then in terms of Brentford, they are 8th, so they're both level on points. So whoever wins, they will overtake. But if Brighton win by 3 or more goals and Liverpool lose, they will go up to 6th, which does confirm Conference League. I don't see that happening though. But we'll wait and see. Mitoma and Fergie, Brentford, Tony for Brentford. Yeah, I think Tony will score. Mitoma will score. Maybe Fergie or McAllister. But for me, my first draw has got a 2-2 written all over it. But I don't care whoever wins. Yeah. Move on now. I don't want to talk too much. Oh. Hanno?
Seems to be missing in action, Mr. Trollope. So let me, as a co-host of this channel, take over. And Sandy, you can go next, son.
Yeah, I think De Zerbi's got something good going at Brighton. Brentford have been pretty good this season, but if I had to pick a result, I'm going Brighton 2-1.
Very nice, very nice. Bailey, what about you?
Yeah, I think this is a big game, 7th against 8th. I'm going to 3-2 to Brentford. I think they'll nick it. I think Tony hat-trick.
Yeah, and now me. This probably could be a game which might have a 2-2 draw written all over it. Brighton obviously have a terrific home record as well, but Brentford also are high flying, and I think Tony is still continuing to prove that he's a fine player. Until now, there's been no issue with him being subject to a ban. It could very well be a 2-2 draw, and I really don't know if I can predict the goal scorers at this particular point, but I just think that both teams will end up cancelling each other out. This is one of those games where you just can't pick a winner. 2-2.
2-2 draw. Yeah, I'm going for 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
I just think
I
both
said
teams
2-2 as well. I agreed with that.
Let's go, Sunny.
I've already given my prediction, but 2-1 Brighton.
Okay, 2-1 Brighton. Bailey.
I guess my prediction, but I think 3-2 Brentford.
Oh, high scoring game. Yeah, can't see that. Yeah, see you. Stefan, lose the cat. No. We will beat you. We will beat you. So yeah, yep. I see your respect. So yeah, rest your predictions for Brighton Brentford.
2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton, and then for Bournemouth Fulham.
1-1.
1-1. Fair enough. Okay. So yeah, next game is better for that game. Crystal Palace, Leicester City. I'm gonna say 1-1 draw again. Both teams not very good at the moment. So yeah, let's go, Sunny. I know you need to go soon, so yeah.
Yeah, I think good game. Both need a win. Both need a result. Palace got a new manager. Leicester, I think they've got a bit more goals going for them. Leicester, that's what Palace have lacked. So I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester City.
2-1 Leicester. Manny.
2-0 to the Foxes. I think this is going to be another game where the Foxes are going to have to make sure they turn a corner. And the return of Roy Hodgson, I just don't see his negative football really paying much in terms of dividends for the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
They're going to regret sacking Paddy Vieira. Shame on them. 2-0 Leicester City.
Ollie, quick prediction.
Ollie, you're on mute.
Muted.
Hello. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to disagree with the Leicester wins. I'm going to actually go with the Crystal Palace win, new manager bounce. Obviously, they were out Guaita in goal, so they have to play Whitworth, who is a young goalkeeper. He plays their under-21s. He's stepped in, which is a surprise. I think they've got another goalkeeper. Yeah, Sam Johnston, but I'm not sure if he's on loan or whatever.
He's injured, mate.
He's injured. All right, yeah. So in defence, obviously you got Nathaniel Klein, Anderson, Guy, Mitchell. So you've got a decent defence there. Lukonga,
Yeah.
former Arsenal player as
Hold on, you
well.
might as well read out the full squad.
Yeah, Decore Schlop, Elise. Yeah, I've named the whole squad, but they've got a decent squad. I think they're going to win 2-1. Leicester, they're up Vardy as well. I'm not sure why. Maddison will be a threat. He'll definitely score. I think Maddison will score for Leicester. I think hopefully Danny Ward will start, but Everson possibly start. If Everson starts, then Ward will probably play the next game. But just a quick prediction: 2-1 Crystal Palace. Goals for Crystal Palace probably Zaha, and I'm going to go out there. The Conga goal. Hopefully he gets his first goal for Crystal Palace from Arsenal loanee. But yeah, 2-1 Crystal Palace.
Rest.
Agree. 2-1 Palace, man. Roy Hodgson's first game, and he's gonna get a win for Palace.
Forest Wolves. Again,
Whoa,
this
wait
is
there.
almost.
You did get my score prediction.
Oh, sorry, Benny. Go on.
I think it'll be 1-1. Leicester.
1-1.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got to shoot. So just go from Sunny, and then we'll end with Ollie. Then I'll back. Score predictions for Forest Wolves.
Massive game. Massive game. I think Forest are going to do it. They got a good record at home. I'm going to go 2-1 Forest.
Ollie, go on.
Yeah, I've got to agree with Sonny there again. 2-1 Forest. Of course, I have a soft spot for them as well because Joel's dad supports Nottingham Forest. A bit of a weird reason to have a spot for them, but no goals from Nottingham Forest. Gosh, if he starts, probably Emmanuel Dennis and then maybe
Injured,
Brendan
mate.
Johnson. Is he?
Both of them are injured.
No, they're not.
They are.
Who's going to play up front for them then?
I
For
don't
who?
know.
For Forest?
I don't know. They'll probably start Lingard.
Maybe Andre Ayew or something.
He's injured as
Or-
well.
Jesus, Chris Wood,
Ollie,
is he
just
injured?
do the score, man.
Yeah, 2-1 Forest. I'm not going to predict who's going to score for Forest. Jimenez if he starts for Wolves, or Neves. But yeah, I'm going with a 2-1. Confident for them to win. They're at home. Keelan Iverson great goalkeeper. Aurier as well. So great. John and Shelby might play as well. So if, as you said, with a lot of attackers injured, it will probably be hard for them to score. But I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. 2-1 to Nottingham Forest. Come on,
Yeah.
up the Forest.
I'm going to say 1-0 Forest. I think they get the win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna 2-1 Forest.
Money.
Yeah, 2-1 Forest. I think Wolves are actually, far from being Wolves, they're lambs to the slaughter. That defeat to Leeds has pretty much wrecked their confidence in the worst way possible.
So who's given their predictions? Everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
Okay, so just me. So Forest have few missing players. And then Wolves are on and off, so I'm going to stick another 1-1 draw on this. So yeah. Next game is battle for 10th place, Chelsea versus Aston Villa. I'm going to say, I'm going to back us for once in a while. I'm going to back us 2-1. I just think we will get the one over a deflated Villa side almost on and off. So Bailey, your quick prediction for that?
Yeah. I'm gonna go 1-1. Hoping for Villa to win, but I think 1-1. Ollie Watkins with a goal for Villa, and I think Felix with a goal for Chelsea. 1-1.
2-0. So Sunny, as you need to go. Your prediction.
Chelsea should win this. Emery's doing a good job at Villa, but Chelsea, they have to win this for Potter's sake, for the club's sake. I'm going 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, shout out your socials quickly.
Yeah, just make sure to subscribe to Hanno's Coach's Corner. Great channel. If you guys get a chance, check out Sonny That Sports Guy on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. If you like what you're seeing, then follow. If not, not a problem. But as always, make sure to follow and like this stream, and make sure to subscribe to Hanno's Coach's Corner.
All right, be up yourself for that. And yeah, I'll see you all in a bit. So let's go to Arrest. Not solo.
What? Whoa.
Your prediction.
Yeah, 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Come on.
Yeah,
Ollie.
Villa are terrible, yeah.
Me, I've got to go with a Chelsea 2-1 win. They're at home. I'm sorry, Bailey, but they're at home. You know, they should be winning this game. João Felix with a goal, and then maybe Kai Havertz if he plays. And then for Villa, as Bailey said, probably Ollie Watkins. He always nicks a goal. Yeah, but Chelsea to win this game 2-1.
2-1.
I know Hannah will probably be happy with that.
Manny, your prediction quickly.
I'm going to stick my neck out here and say Aston Villa will win this.
Come on, Manny.
Because the last time Chelsea played at home in the Premiership, they drew against Everton. Pitiful. An Everton team that, yes, was fighting relegation, but still.
Potter's Blue Army, man. Come on.
Yeah, so I just think that I'm obviously buoyed by that 3-0 win, yes, over Bournemouth. I'll just take a look at Unai Emery and what he's done for Villa, and I think, that's a really top quality manager that Villa have. I know how good he is, of course, given that he managed my lot, Arsenal, and I just think that with all the pressure that's there on Chelsea, I just don't think that they will be able to find a way to really dominate the Aston Villa midfield, which is impressive. I think the defense is also starting to take shape. Alex Moreno has come into his own at left back. Mings and Konsa at least have a little bit of solidity. I take the point that Konsa might be a little bit inconsistent, but then, of course, Diego Carlos can come back in. And no real injury worries. And, of course, when you've got the world champion goalkeeper in goal, he's obviously going to be fired up to play well and do well as he can in this game. It just adds to all the portents add to an Aston Villa win. I just think that Chelsea will struggle under the pressure. So 2-1 to the Villa. Watkins and maybe John Duran with the goals for the Villa. And for Chelsea, probably Felix.
Fair enough. Ollie, where can people find you?
Yeah, big up, mate. Obviously, we didn't get through the rescheduled games, but he's able to do them on Monday. But of course, I have to shoot. But big up, Hanno, for having me on. You can catch me on Arrested Football tonight, 8 p.m. Oh crap! It says host in the corner. Need to get rid of that. Yeah, so catching me there, 8 p.m. is going to be a return of Arrested Football. I will probably be returning Wednesday. I'm actually going to Scotland on the weekend, and then Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to Lancaster. So yeah, it's going to be a busy week for me. And on the Thursday, I've got another theory as well. So hopefully, I do pass that.
Come on, Ollie.
Yeah, big up, mate. Yeah, hopefully, yeah. But you can catch me obviously here, Coach Corner. Big up. Make sure you guys subscribe and like this stream. You can catch me on West Football. Make sure you don't miss the stream, 8 p.m. Less than an hour now to go. You can also catch me on Bailey's channel, Bailey Francis. Recently made an appearance a few weeks ago on Ryan's channel, Huddersfield Fan Fan TV. Then you can also catch me on a few other channels. Sorry if I haven't mentioned your name. But of course, you can find me on my channel as it says down there, DJ Sinclairo. Yeah, just find me on there, chatting about football. Obviously, recently uploaded videos of Joel Corey, a few unreleased songs and a few released songs such as Beds, Out Out, no, not Out Out, Bed, History, and the most popular video at the moment on the road to 100 views is Head and Heart. So make sure you go watch them and watch about my streams. I've said hopefully a stream Wednesday, probably 7 p.m., 8 p.m. But it should be hopefully a few people here can join, like Bailey, Orest, Hanno, and then if anyone else want to drop on, I can have a max of 6 people, which is 5, not including me. Apart from that, on Instagram, Ollie.Sinclair556, my main account on the road to 700 followers. I hit 600 quite recently. Make sure you go like my new post about when I saw the Ospreys recently. I've actually got tickets to Judgment Day, which is where all the Welsh teams play at the Prince Palace Stadium in Cardiff. So that'll be interesting. Cardiff Ospreys take on Cardiff Blues. If you want to find me on other socials, on Instagram, Aaron_runs the fan page. One on the road to 500K, 500. He recently hit 400. Make sure you go like my new post about Aaron Ramsdale save of the month, and stuff like that. And the match day post for the Leeds game probably coming out tomorrow. So I'll try and get Blue Fox to do the edit for me or someone else. And then on TikTok, Ollie's Epic556, and of any other social media, do DM me for that, such as my Snapchat or Xbox or PlayStation. But big up, guys. Big up Hanno for having me on. Big up the panel, of course, Arrest. Big up Manny, as always. Hopefully he can come back on my channel soon. Big up Bailey, of course. Villa fan. Always good to have different fans from all Premier League clubs. And of course, big up earlier for Sunny joining. He hasn't been on my stream, so I don't know even if actually been on my channel yet, but I will get in touch with him with that. And big up for people who aren't here as well. But yeah, big up, guys. Thanks for having me on. I've waffled on enough, but it's been good talking about the games. Hopefully, Arsenal get the win on the weekend, Spurs lose, and Liverpool do us a favour beating Man City. 9 cup finals to go. Let's do this, Arsenal. And yeah, have a good night, guys. And make sure you don't miss Arsenal Football 8 p.m. today. Big up, Hannah.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Always where can people find it?
So before I do my socials, United are winning 2-1 on Sunday. Martial is scoring. But yeah, listen, you can find me on R6 Football on YouTube. As Ollie said, we are live 8 p.m. tonight. We are back with the game week preview. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one. So obviously Instagram R6 Football, TikTok R6 Football, and yeah, man, big up, man. Make sure you guys smash the likes here, and then yeah, afterwards you do stuff. Yeah. But anyways, big up, guys. Obviously, big up the panel.
Big up.
Hopefully Arsenal lose. But yeah.
No. Hopefully Man United lose.
So yeah. Oh, let's take it.
No.
So yeah. Next game I'll talk about is
Wait, are me and Arrest going to leave now, or?
I asked you guys if you needed to leave. That's why I let you shut the social.
Well, yeah, you can leave, Ollie. Oh.
All right. See you guys.
I don't know. If you want to, you can
Arrest.
say.
Check your snap. Bye.
Yes, don't worry.
So yeah. West Ham versus Southampton. Let's see. West Ham, Southampton. Both teams really poor this season. If we look, West Ham, they 18th, Southampton 20th. Bailey, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, of course, West Ham. I think if they lose this, then Moyes is gone, in my opinion. And Southampton, yeah, they've been picking up the points. They were 3-1 down before the international break against Spurs, and they came back to draw that. I think they'll beat West Ham away. I think it'll be 2-0 to Southampton.
Oh, 2-0 Southampton. Manny.
This is going to be tight. As you said, both teams have been poor. Southampton definitely look down and out, and no matter how many points they get between now and the end of the season, it just won't be enough, I'm afraid. So West Ham will need to win this, and it won't be a very convincing win, but anything to save Moyes from the sack, I suppose. 2-1 to the Hammers.
Yeah, fair enough. And if we look at games played at the West Ham Stadium, for last season's result of 3-2 Southampton, it's been usually dominant. West Ham usually scoring three goals, but different season. I'm going to edge it 1-0 to West Ham. So next up is Newcastle versus Manchester United. And this is big game, of course, because United are fighting for top four. I wouldn't say they have top four secured, especially if you look of the points between them, Tottenham, and Newcastle. So, yeah, third versus fifth. Newcastle can go level on points with them. And Casemiro's also suspended for United, and so it's going to be interesting one. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I think this is going to be tough. United without Casemiro, gone with lots of 1-1 draws this weekend. So, yeah, another one. Let's go to money.
Ooh, this is going to be a very tough game. Newcastle are always going to be the team that could, if they don't qualify for the Champions League, they will be a bogey team this season for Champions League hopefuls. And United, of course, will go into this, as you said, without Casemiro. But obviously, the fact that Scott McTominay scored those 2 goals for Scotland means that he can't escape Ten Hag's thoughts. They do seem to have some decent strength and depth, and I just think with Newcastle as well, the fact that it's really their first run at Europe will mean that they will falter near the end. I see this being a tight 2-1 win, the type of win that Ten Hag will definitely need if he wants to keep his team thereabouts in the title race. Of course, they are not in the title race. I think that 7-0 result against Liverpool pretty much confirmed that, but they will still want to make sure they finish the season as high as possible, and possibly bear in mind, of course, that with Arsenal now out, they are also favourites for the Europa League. So they will want to crown their season with a potential 3 cups and a high finish in the league. 2-1 to Manchester United. It should be Rashford and Sancho with both goals for me.
Fair enough. Bailey.
Yeah, I think this will be a good game. I think it'll be 1-1. I think it'll be a draw.
1-1 draw. Fair enough. So last game of the weekend, we won't touch on the midweek games. We'll do that on Monday. Everton versus Spurs was a game that is on Monday. The show. So we will do this after that. This one. Everton been on the up recently. Last 3 games, 2 draws, 1 win. Out of the relegation zone. Tottenham, they can get to 1, especially with United and Newcastle playing each other. This would be a big win for them, of course. Antonio Conte is sacked. mess around that club. I'm just going to go. No, let me. Let me see. Last time Everton beat Tottenham at the Everton ground was Everton home games. Let me see. Everton have not beaten Tottenham since 2012 at Goodison Park. Everton have not beaten Tottenham. So I'm going to go with a boring 0-0 draw. 0-0, both teams not where they're supposed to be. So Manny, your prediction for this one?
Yeah, this will probably end up being a very tight win for Tottenham. And that's pretty much how I see it going, because I really don't see Everton doing enough to really trouble Spurs this time around. Spurs have a knack of being able to recover from pretty poor results and performances with a good win the next day, or the next game rather. And yeah, I just think this could very well be the game where they seem to recover a little bit of their stature, just against an Everton team which really should end up going down, really. And yeah, for me, it'll probably be a 2-1 win, because Forster is still in goal. And it's not going to be very pretty for Spurs, but they'll get the job done.
Fair enough. Let's go to yourself, Bailey. Last game score prediction.
Yeah, I think it'll be a tight game. I'm gonna 2-1 to Everton. I think they'll come away with 3 points, and yeah, I think they'll win 2-1.
2-1. So Everton to beat Spurs at Goodison Park for the first time since 2012. Oh, big statement there from Bailey. I just quickly want to check. Last time Everton did beat Tottenham. That was recently. 1-0 Everton. So yeah. Sorry, I take that back. Not 2012, 2021. 5-4, but it's a long time ago. So yeah, that's everything done. So Bailey, where can people find you?
Yeah, of course. My channel, of course, Bailey Francis, and / Villa TV. You can go and subscribe to me. I'm one away from 400 subs. It'll probably be a match preview in the morning for Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Big game that. And yeah, hopefully Villa come away with 3 points this weekend. However, Aston Villa will be sold out every away game. We sell out and we get under the boys. You know me, Clement and Barmy. And yeah, hopefully Villa can win.
Okay, my turn. I think Hanno seems to have lost his voice, but yeah, you can catch me over here on the Coach's Corner. Also on Del Boy Gunner TV, S. Featley TV, Oris Talks Football. You'll see me later there tonight. Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, Up the Cherries in all departments, the Born the Fan channel, AFC Talk Show TV, and also shout out to Bailey Francis. I've been on his channel several times already, and if there are other people who I don't quite remember, you are important to me. I'll send you a check in the post. Socials, catch me at Manny Thangadurai 1981 on Instagram and Thangadurai 1981 on Twitter. And as always, it's a pleasure to keep coming on this channel and talking sports with Hanno and everyone else and other panelists. And always happy to keep doing what I'm doing. So thanks a lot to everyone who's watched the stream and left some comments. You're the ones who make the stream what it is. And Enjoy your weekend. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do. For now, I've got to split. Take care.
Be up yourself, money, and yeah, you guys can know where to find me. All the links it's in the description and in the ticker there down below. But please do make sure to subscribe to the second channel. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit, people. Peace out.